Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial here on the channel, and most importantly, welcome back of course to another episode here on RailChief74. Now for today's video, as you see on the workbench, we are going to be working on my post-war celebration series reproduction of the 3434 Poultry Dispatch car that was remade by Lionel back in 2005 for the 13150 Super O Steam Freight set featuring the 773 Hudson. Now, when it comes to this car, on the inside of it, it's pretty much a wreck on a wreck. So if we go ahead and open up the car up, I will show you guys and explain to you guys exactly what I'm referring to here. And of course, to take the shell off, all you just need to do is to remove one screw here. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and push the little man back into his little hatch. But as you see, one of the light brackets have been broken off and the wiring is still kind of a little messy on the inside, which makes it a little difficult for the man to swing out of his doorway. And I don't know if you guys can see by that, but I kind of bent the post just a little bit so that way it doesn't get caught on the wire. So what we are going to do for today's episode is we're going to be removing the light brackets, and we're going to be replacing them with these little strips of LED lights that I've acquired from Amazon. Very similarly to how I worked on my MTH Union Pacific 60-inch streamlined passenger car. Once again, we're going to take all of these little light bulb brackets and the little LED lights out and replacing them with these little LED strips yet again. And in regards to the bottom of the wheels themselves, we also do got to replace the rollers. These rollers on the bottom that are still attached to the underside of the trucks have seen better days. They're very worn, and it makes it very hard for the car. Let me start that again. It makes it very hard for the car itself to roll down the track nice and smoothly. So again, just like with the Amazon LED lights, I bought some replacement rollers off of trains.com. So why don't we go ahead and take this down to the garage and we'll take the entire thing apart. We'll replace the rollers, we'll install the brand new LED strips, and most importantly, let's go ahead and have fun with this episode. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are back in the good old workshop, and don't worry about the shell that goes on top here. We'll get back to that a little bit later. But right now our main focus is to take out the screws that hold the trucks in place, such as this one over here, and this one which is hidden behind this little strip of duct tape that I have for the wiring. And once we take the trucks off, we need to replace the rollers, and there's a very interesting way to do this. And then once all of the wiring is removed, we're going to go ahead and take our LED strips out and string them on the top of the metal base here, so that way we don't hang them up on the roof like we did with the Union Pacific passenger car. And again, it's not very difficult to do. All you just need are a few simple tools, such as a Phillips head screwdriver, and you also once again need a little glass jar to hold everything, so that way you don't lose any of the pieces here and there. So anyway, I think we're just about ready to go, so let's go ahead and tear this thing apart. Now we can go ahead and unthread all the wiring here, which I just have bundled up in a big knot. There we are. That's better. And now that makes it easier for us to slip out all of the wiring. And this side's going to be a little bit more easier to take out than the other side. Alright, now I think we're ready to unsolder the tabs and remove the excess wire from the LED lights that are currently in the lamp brackets. So once again, it was really difficult to do on camera, but here we are. These are the removed light brackets. And there is our base without the lamp posts or the wiring. So now we're going to go ahead and put that to the side, and we'll go ahead and work on the trucks next. Now for the next part of this video, we're going to go ahead and disassemble the rollers. And this is where the fun part comes in, because there is a very interesting way to disassemble these. I know it's a little hard to tell because of my camera, but there are two little thumbs, one on each side, which kind of come out, which hold the roller in place. So we got to take our pliers and squeeze those little fingers back into themselves, so that way we can go ahead and remove the old roller. But just be mindful that these are spring loaded, so make sure to do it on a flat surface like what I have here, so that way you don't lose the springs when you're taking the roller out. Just squeezing them together like this. And again, don't be afraid to put a little elbow grease in this. But just like that, there is our first roller, which we have successfully removed. So we're going to go ahead and throw that one to the side. And why don't we go ahead while we're at it and put in our brand new roller. So again, let's go ahead and take our spring, thread it through the new roller. And now we're going to go ahead and push it into the truck as such. But just like that, there, as you see it, we have a roller which looks as good as new. And it's really going to last us a lifetime, you know, no matter when or whenever we decide to run the poultry dispatch car. So now, let's go ahead and work on the other truck, and then we'll move along to the LED lights. And now for our next step here, we're going to go ahead and install our LED lights onto the base here of the car. So why don't we go ahead and take at least one or two of these lights out of here. Now these are ambered colored LED lights, which would look, I shouldn't say would look, I meant to say they will look really nicely when we install them, because that's the exact color that we want for the interior of the car to make it look like it's still the original lighting inside, to match up with all of the modern era reproduction and post-war operating cars at the time. Alright, now that we know that they're all working, let's go ahead and apply our first LED strip on the base. Don't forget to remove the masking tape from the back, and now that we know that all of the LED strips are working, let's go ahead and remove the adhesive from the back of the LED lights, so that way we can finally attach them to our base here. And I think our first one is going to go over in this corner where we can't see it. And so that way we don't have the LEDs getting caught on our little figure here with his little broomstick. Now let's go ahead and work on this side. We'll do the exact same thing. Hide it back here. And now, with everything reassembled here, let's go ahead and take our final inspection on how everything looks. Just go ahead and bend this wire just a smidge. There we go. So now that we have everything fully reassembled, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that would be to reassemble the car, put the shell back on, and test this thing out on the track and see how it looks. Alright, so before we go ahead and show you all the final results, I have a video that I wanted to record ahead of time to share with you all how stiff this thing is when you push it down the track. And it's also very flickery, so again, another example of how, you know, stiff this thing is, like an old Matchbox car. And now, without further ado, I present to you my finest achievement on any MTH or Lionel piece of rolling stock. So if we go ahead and turn on the power in 3, 2, 1, behold. And there you have it. Alright guys, well that is it for today's episode and today's restoration. So again, I really hope all of you at home have enjoyed watching, and don't forget to let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments section below. So again, with that being said, as always, my name is Mike. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell down below to get notified for any of the projects that I upload here on the channel. So again, until then, thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you all next time.